this is Diana Avalos. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm actually going to do my first walkthrough for you guys. I've been getting a lot of questions on how exactly I retouch my skin. I know it's kind of hard to see through the speed throughs. Personally, I love speed throughs. I watch them. So I wanted to kind of start off with that since my channel's new. But honestly, guys, there's so much I do for skin, from the basics all the way to frequency separation. Now, I want to go over this with you guys, of course, all of it, but I'm going to just start off small because that's how a retoucher starts, is we're going to start with the basics, and I want to teach you today 3 types of tools I use for skin retouching. So I'm going to go through and kind of show you what each does, essentially. Let's start with the patch tool. So I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new layer. Usually my shortcut key to create a new layer is Command J. That's going to be your best friend. Trust me, it's going to save you so much time. So the patch tool, you're going to find it right over here, and I'm going to magnify it post-production. So the patch tool just looks like this little, it literally just looks like a patch. This is one of my models. She's beautiful. Her name's Heather, and she really doesn't have a lot of retouching, but I mean, no models usually do if they know how to take care of their skin. Let's get this blemish out. And word to the wise, what I like to do is really just kind of make it a little squiggly. So what you're gonna do is you have made your circle squiggly mark area that you want to get rid of. So what the patch tool does is you're going to literally move it to an area that looks very similar. So make sure it resembles the spot you're trying to cover. That is completely gone. But let's go ahead and do some more so you guys can see. So the reason that I do the squiggly lines is, and I actually learned this, it actually helps to blend the area better. I mean, there really isn't a lot that she has, but it's just the closer you get, of course, the more you're able to see. All right, guys, let's see. So this is, of course, after, before, after. So as you can tell, it definitely makes a difference. And that's using the patch tool. Again, it's great. You just have to, as you use each tool, you're gonna know which one you love even more. So with that being said, let's go to the next tool. Awesome. I'm just gonna delete that. That was the patch tool. Okay, guys, Command J, new layer. Let's name this Spot Healing Brush Tool. Okay, so the spot healing looks like a little band-aid with a little line of like a rainbow line over it. It looks similar to the healing brush tool. We don't want that yet. Let's do the spot healing brush tool for this one. And what's gonna make this tool very successful is if you size it to be just exactly a little bit bigger than your blemish. So that's way too small. Let's go right there. So this is perfect. And literally we're just going to go ahead and click. One of the things I don't like about the spot healing brush tool is you can kind of notice you do tend to lose a little bit of texture. But if you're not doing anything that's gonna be printed on a huge billboard, then it really doesn't matter. And especially if you're doing family, babies type of portraits, it's not gonna really matter. I don't think the family is gonna get a huge billboard print. So let's go ahead and take out some more of the other blemishes. All right, so it's literally, it's a spot. You're just spotting it, clicking it. There's so much on the sunglasses, and honestly, Always make sure to clean sunglasses before you even put it on the model, so you refrain from retouching more than you need to. But we're gonna do skin, not the glasses, but essentially, okay guys, this really bothers me. Alright, her forehead looks awesome. There's nothing there really at all. Let's get rid of this little dry spot there. Okay guys, so that is the spot healing brush tool. As you can see, it works great, just like I mentioned before. Personally, I think I might like the patch tool a little more than the spot healing brush, only because as a fashion photographer, I have to make sure that I am retouching to the T. Like, it needs to be perfect, because otherwise you can see imperfections. So the spot healing brush tool isn't essentially for me, but I do use it if I need to and I'm not worried about texture, which normally I am. But yeah, spot healing brush tool, if you're worried about texture, it's not your best friend. So go with the patch tool so far. All right. One more, back and forth. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, it's really weird talking to my computer, just so you guys know. Okay, so spot healing brush tool, gone. Okay, so let's move on to our next one. Command J, let's do a new layer. So we are going to go over the clone stamp. So the clone stamp has a little bit more variety, which is awesome. So let's go to the clone stamp. It literally looks like a stamp right below your paintbrush, I guess your brush. So yeah, clone stamp tool, that's what we're using next. So honestly, I always have my flow anywhere from like 18 to 25%. Kind of stick to those guidelines because it really helps to blend the skin better than if it was at 100% flow. And I will show you guys the difference. My hardness, usually it'll be a little higher, I will admit, just so it's not too soft to the touch, because I don't want it to look cakey, I guess would be the word. So I leave my hardness, kind of around this range. 40 to 60, you should be good. So we'll just leave it at 60. But I do want to show you guys. So normally Photoshop will have everything set to 100%, 100% for flow, 100% opacity, everything. Make sure that you have aligned, checked in, and you're working on the current layer, of course. Leave the mode as normal. We're going to get a little bit into this as we go down and learn more skin retouching in depth. But for now, let's just go ahead, leave it normal, because that's what's going to be great for our basic knowledge right now. Let me just show you. Okay, let's bring down your stamp. So normally I like, just like the spot healing brush tool, I like to make the size just a little bit bigger. So let's go ahead and do that. So what you're going to want to do is press Alt or the Option key on your keyboard. And this is going to determine where you're pinpointing to go ahead and mask over your blemish. Press our Option key, Alt Option, and just click. So then you literally have a clone of what you just asked it to clone. So let's go ahead and fill that over. Okay, I went a little too much. Okay, so let's go ahead and move that over. Okay, so do you guys see how harsh that went in? So no, we're gonna say no to that. And if you like it, you like it. You know what? This is all my personal opinion. So whatever you guys like, whatever you guys do, that's totally fine. So let's bring our flow down to 24%. That's where I had it. Hardness, let's bring it down to 56. Why not? And then let's do that over again. And as you can see, holy crap, it looks so much nicer. It blends in a lot better. Much, much better. And so we're going to use this technique. That's a little too much. Okay, we're going to use this and just lightly go over the blemishes. Again, you don't want to make your brush too big because then it'll cause all sorts of chaos in the Photoshop world. Okay, not really. But it'll just, as you do this more, you'll see, your eye will be able to see, okay, like this looks weird. So yeah, we're just gonna lightly brush over it with the area that is closest to it, that matches it, that resembles it. So let's make sure, get rid of that. I like to use a clone stamp personally, but it's not my favorite. Now that I'm doing this walkthrough, I actually probably would say that the patch tool is more of my favorite. And I know that sounds weird because it's like, okay, Diana, like you've been retouching for a while, like shouldn't you know what your favorite tools are? But honestly, I use so many different ones that I don't really have, I didn't notice till now which is my favorite. So you guys are learning what my favorite is as I'm learning it. So awesome! Here is the clone stamp. So really not much of a difference. Honestly, it's hard to tell. All three of these tools are awesome. I would use all of these, honestly, and I do. I use all of them. It just really depends on what I'm doing. I'm going to make this just a part 1 of my skin series. So, so far I've shown you guys 3 different tools that I use for skin retouching. Alright guys, thank you so much again for listening in. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That's all. Thank you so much guys. Bye!